Yes!
It was winter on the island of Sodor. The first fogs had begun to roll in from the sea. Thomas, Annie and Clarabelle loved the quiet of Misty Valley. But Thomas must be careful of rocks that sometimes roll onto the tracks. Cyril the fogman has a very important job. He puts detonators on the tracks to warn the engines when there's fog ahead. Oh, shivered Thomas as he ran over the detonator. That made my axles tingle. Cyril's done his job, said his driver. We'd better slow down. There's fog ahead. Thank you, Cyril, said Thomas. That night at the sheds, the track controller had something special to show the engines. It was very large and strange looking. What is it? Asked Percy. It's a new invention, a railway fog horn, said the track controller. It warns you when there's fog ahead, like this.
Bab bab! 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 Bab bab!
That's loud, said Percy. Too loud, off James. Sounds like a tugboat to me, grumbled Gordon. Thomas looked worried. What will Cyril do now? He asked. He will be getting a much-needed rest, said the fat controller. Besides, this new fog horn will be more reliable. Poor Cyril, whispered Thomas. He's been scrapped. The next day, Percy was cheerfully chucking through Misty Valley when suddenly...
Bab bab! Bab bab! Bab bab!
Oh, bother!
Bab bab! Bab bab! Bab bab! Bab bab! Bab bab!
Still, we better slow down, said his driver. There's fog ahead. The fog horn had been so loud that it made the hillside shake. No sooner was Percy out of sight when one rock fell, then another, and another. Before long, the track was blocked, and the foghorn was crushed. And not far away, Thomas was happily puffing right on time. I can't see a thing, said Thomas.
Uh-oh.
And then before he could even think of anything else...
Oh, no!
My buffers, cried Thomas. What happened to the foghorn? I don't know, said his driver, but at least nobody's been hurt. Toby will be coming down the line any minute, said his fireman. If there's no fog warning, said Thomas...
Joe!
Leave it to me, called a voice from the fog.
He's filming the Fogman parts.
Toby's in time. Toby and his coach Henrietta were chuffing along. Toby was looking forward to a well-earned drink at the next station when... Fog detonators, puffed Toby. There must be fog ahead, said his driver. We'd better slow down. And just around the next bend, with his axles still tingling, Toby was very glad they did.
Uh-oh.
Otherwise, they would have crashed into Thomas's wreck. Soon the tracks
Thomas the tractor!
back on the rails. If it hadn't been for Cyril, said Thomas, Toby might have had a worse accident than me. Instead of replacing Cyril with the foghorn, said the fat controller, we'll replace the foghorn with Cyril. You are clearly more reliable. Thank you, sir, said Cyril. And thank you, said Toby. New inventions are all very well, but they don't make my axles tingle, said Percy.
Cranky!
Brendam Docks is one of the busiest dockyards on all the island of Sodor. It's where ships and engines and cranes alike are busy day and night, every day of the year. But poor Cranky the crane never gets a nap. He never gets to sleep early. He works all the time. And his only company are the gulls that settle on his arm. So Cranky is always cranky. Ahoy there, Cranky, cried Salty. Where have you been? Snapped Cranky. Good day to you too, Captain. Bill and Ben arrived from work, full of mischief. Hurry up, barked Cranky. I haven't got all day. You're no fun, grumbled Bill. You wouldn't be fun if you were stuck up here, snapped Cranky. So that's why you're cranky, said Bill. You're lonely, said Ben. I'm not, Cranky cranked. So it's company you be needing, said Salty. Reminds me of a lonely old Grand Banks lighthouse keeper. Not another one of your stories, cried Cranky. Oh, please, Salty, they chimed. We haven't heard it. 'Twas in the middle of a wee naughty storm, Salty began, the likes of which you see once in a lifetime. This made Cranky very cranky, so cranky that he swung his arm around.
Uh-oh.
And dropped the pipes onto the tracks instead of the trucks. Oops, Cranky meekly. You've blown the main now, matey, said Salty. The engines were trapped. You're going to get into trouble, sang Bill and Ben. The Fat Controller was in his office being measured for a new waistcoat. When he heard the news, he left immediately for the docks. The Fat Controller knew that any delay at the docks could cause confusion. You have made a terrible mess, Cranky, he said sternly. I'm sorry, sir, Cranky whispered.
Oh dear.
You engines will have to stay here tonight until Harvey clears up this mess in the morning. Cranky's heart sank as Salty uttered those fateful words. That reminds me of a story. It was a bitter cold winter. The brave little ship was stuck until the ice melted the next spring. He barely made it round the Cape. After 100 scary days at sea without a scratch, he sailed into port and crashed his bow, not 15 feet from my buffers. Luckily, no one was hurt. Set my ears, wailed Cranky. Salty spent all night telling tales of powerful storms, daring rescues, and brave little ships. And when the sun rose, he was still talking and talking and talking. I can't take any more, groaned Cranky. Harvey the crane engine arrived.
With grommets.
The Fat Controller sent me to help clear away this mess.
Lad!
He puffed proudly. Cranky was so pleased the engines would be going soon, he forgot to be cranky. I'll never misbehave again, he promised, as long as I don't have to listen to any more of Salty's stories. And after Harvey and the workmen had cleared the wreckage, Cranky worked hard all day. He carefully loaded the trucks, helped speed the engines on their way, and he said please and thank you. This is new, puffed Thomas, but he had spoken too soon. Cranky couldn't help himself. It was nice while it lasted, said Percy, and all the engines laughed. But Cranky was still cranky.
many secrets?
All the engines on the island of Soda love their work. But sometimes there is too much work. That's when the Fat Controller brings new engines to the island. Salty the Dockyard Diesel is one of these engines. He loves to tell tales of the sea. We heaved until the old freighter finally caught a tide. It's good to be useful.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, okay.
Salty is excited
Fingers
about
for
coming
tea?
to the island of
Yes.
Soda. Islands are surrounded by the sea. Salty loves the sea. Soon Salty arrived at his new job.
Oh, yes, please.
Ahoy, mateys, Salty pride of the seven seas. I'm a new diesel and I'm here to give you some help. Bill and Ben didn't think they needed any help, especially from a diesel. Welcome to Center Island Quarry, Mavis said proudly. Salty looked all around. Everywhere he looked, he saw nothing but rocks. A quarry, he cried. There must be some mistake. I'm a dockyard diesel. You're a quarry diesel now, said Mavis, and she explained that they had to complete an important job for the Fat Controller. Salty was sad that he wouldn't be working by the sea, but he knew what it meant to be a really useful engine, and he set to work at once. Well, at least there be trucks. You better mind them, Mavis said. They can be a bother. He won't last 5 minutes, said Bill. Those trucks will trip him up soon enough, said Ben. But to Bill and Ben's surprise, the trucks seemed to give Salty no trouble at all. Yawns. Yo-ho-ho, and a bucket of prawns, the tiller spins, sang Salty. And the captain yawns, sang the trucks. Thanks to Salty, the Fat Controller's important job was almost done. Bill and Ben were surprised and a little jealous. Here comes Mr. Show-Off, roused Ben. You have to admit he's got a knack with those trucks, said Mavis. Driver says he'll bore the bolt off us with his stories, puffed Bill. But Salty didn't say a word. He didn't come near the shed. Mavis was worried. She rolled alongside and asked him what he was doing on his own. Oh, I thought I might catch a bit of sea breeze. You really do miss the sea, don't you? Asked Mavis. Oi, said Salty. I do. But Salty knew the quarry work was important.
Broccoli's ready.
Right,
He
it's all
tried to show
chicken.
Bill and Ben his secret with the
frosting.
trucks. I like working to a musical rhythm, he said. And so do the trucks. Why don't you give it a try, me hearties? Here we go, here we go, here we go. No, we don't, no, we don't, no, we don't. But try as they might, Bill and Ben could not move the trucks the way Salty could. Later that day, the Fat Controller came to the quarry. He was surprised to see the job had been completed. Well done, said the Fat Controller. It was Salty, said Mavis. We couldn't have done it without him. Then I've got a bigger job for you, Salty. Aye, sir. What kind of a quarry is it? Quarry? Said the Fat Controller. I'm sending you to Brenham Docks. That docks, Salty explained. The docks are hard by the sea. Oh, thank you, sir, he said. This reminds me of a time in Bimini. And Salty was telling stories again. Salty loves Brenham Docks. He gets more work done than any 3 engines and feels really useful. And only the trucks know his secret.